Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound and follow the sound, please. Also, while you're focusing to the sound, you can mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to give some information to develop your own meditation practice with tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation. So as you know, now the word meditation become very popular, and it bringing there many new meanings, and people try to create different techniques and methods to achieve to their ordinary level of success. So nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, we have to understand why we have to come to practice this kind of meditation. What is the base? So when it comes to our human life, we are not complete. We are influenced by the greed, hatred, and the delusion. We have a lot of mistake inside us. We are kind of like under this skin, we are kind of like animals. We have so much animal behaviors. So in the very first level, we have to accept that. Because if you don't accept it, you're not going to look for the development. Because you always think out of whatever the desires come to you, you go with it. But we have to understand whatever the needs come to us in this conventional life related to our perception, followed by the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind, has a great influence by our history. So from our memory, another way, cankers, sanskara, or the mental formations. So then, if we go with it, if we bring a value to it, what will happen? It again and again going to take us to the same kind of experience. We look for a better life. You have to question yourself and see what you mean by better life. If you look very carefully, you will see that all that what you mean by better life depend on all the feelings, the desires, the satisfaction and needs. So from where that needs or the idea came as a better life, comparing to other things, that when it comes to our success, our happiness, how we define, we truly never tune to ourselves and recognize what we really want. Most of that, our needs came to our life because we saw things from outside, because we saw other people have it. When someone else have it, we think, oh, I want that. And then you think, oh, gaining that is your success. No, it is not that. And somebody say that maybe went for a hike or vacation, or maybe went for a dance, or maybe somewhere, something done, and then came and told, oh, I had so much good time. And then we start to think, oh, if we, that means if we do that, that we can be good. So like that, we are cultured from the informations. And we are corrupted by ourselves. And then we, out of that corrupted mind, we look for the success, we look for happiness, we look for development, and dreaming and creating inside us something, and we try to achieve it. And then we keep struggling. But getting to that is not the success. In the very first level, you have to come to a point to understand who you are. Know thyself. Self-realization. That is the base of the Buddha's teaching. In even the Western world, that was the beginning of the wisdom, the foundation of the wisdom. Know thyself. Self-realization, recognize who you are. When you recognize that, don't bring the comparison. Don't compare to others. Don't afraid to look into you and see what's going on inside you, what is happening within you, what you really want. Look into that, and then you will see something. In the very first level, you have to come to a point to understand that. And then you can transform, because now you know who you are. And that will help you to recognize and fix it. And when you recognize that yourself, what will happen? One thing is, you become like a lifeguard. You become like a firefighter. You become like a doctor. Why I gave that kind of similes? When somebody caught up in the current in the water, the lifeguard jump. And he deeply have the intention to help. But he never build up a relationship. Listen this very carefully and try to catch it. The lifeguard jump to the water and try to rescue the person, whoever caught up in the current, but she never have intention to build up a relationship. But deeply, give up himself and jump into the water to get this person out. In that very moment, he sacrificed his whole life. But still, he doesn't have any intention to deeply that have any relationship. The firefighters, when the fire is come, when everybody keep running away from and they go into it. Whoever caught up in the inside. And sometimes the firefighters, they give up their life and try to rescue this person. But they never have any intention to have any personal relationship. But they do their best. And you may heard that recently that when the 9/11 happens, that most of the firefighters, how they run into the towers. And while it collapsing, they into the towers and try to bring the people, but they never had any intention to build up any relationship, or they didn't have any favor for somebody. And the doctors, when someone in the operation theater, it is a kind of like, bloody mess, blood everywhere, opening, cutting, and, taking out body parts sometimes and trying to go deeper. It's very, very tough. But they never make a mistake. They are so into that. And with the great compassion, awareness, fully alert, and they're giving their best for that person, having any kind of personal relationship. Just imagine. So, when you get into self-realization, that is the transformation happen in you. Regarding your husband, regarding your wife, regarding your children, regarding your parents, friends, neighbors, strangers, partners, known, unknown people, animal, the nature, environment, trees, anything, whatever you touch, you come to a point to have the greater sacrifice towards it and rescue it without having any personal relationship. Can you do that? Because look to yourself, out of most of your own relationship, you get hurt. And you have intention to help. Why it happened like that way? Because you jump into that. You jump into the situation without very clear understanding regarding who you are. And then you have the ideas about the life, looking others and try comparing to others, and then you build up ideas about the life. We live with that ideas. Another thing is, and out of that comparison, out of the information, when we live with the information, what happens? The mostly we overestimate things or underestimate things every day with any situations that become our behavior. But the meditation, it take you to the point to recognize. So the recognition happen in the moment, in your present moment, with your own mental capacity, not by comparison. So when the recognition comes, there is no comparison or there is nothing going to happen with the underestimate or overestimate. Because when you really connected to the recognition, that it just bring the connection, and that the connection itself become your awareness. When we lose the connection, that is where we going to compare and then overestimate or underestimate. But when this all happens when we disconnect from ourselves, when we cannot recognize who we are. Another thing is, that the time is fluid. It's liquid. It's like, it doesn't have a form for time. It's like water. But the thing is, in our conventional ordinary life, we take time as a solid something. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 1 hour. We have a solid and kind of like a thought about the life, the time. And out of that, what happens? We create steps. And once you come in the steps like that way, you become very limited to you. And once you become very limited to your own mind, you lose the ability of awareness. So there are many reasons that when we disconnect from us, the life going to appear kind of like something. So then the solution is, in the very first level, get into you and see yourself and recognize whatever the disturb, unhappiness, sadness, worry. So whatever you go through, that whatever happens in you, accept it. Don't try to cover it up. Don't think, oh, everything happened for good. It's not like that. You don't need to cheat yourself like that. You have to get the life as it is, a real life. But most of time, we have no capacity to take like that way. We sometimes abuse our life, thinking, oh, everything happened good. So what is the good that what you mean? See, that is where we clinging. We never understand, oh, this is the very nature of life. This does not belong to us. That's why we experience it. No, we think, oh, everything happened for good. In a Latin, there is a phrase called amor fati. Amor fati, love for fate. The fate is things that happen that to us which we cannot control, like our parents, we didn't select. Early time, our schools, our environment, culture, religion, nation, we didn't select that anything. It happened to us. So but we deeply have the love for that, thinking, oh, it happened to me, it's good. Amor fati. And these deeply and trying to manipulate that whatever happened to us, and we trying to put some cement on it and paint on it and try to make it kind of like that's something really, this is the real good thing about, especially about the nations or the religion. Look how people talk about. If anybody come and tell whatever you believe is wrong, what will happen? If somebody come and tell, oh, there is no Buddha, what will happen? maybe about your nations. So you didn't select it, but you have deeper love for that. From why you have it? Because you don't understand. There are things happens and we have to accept it. That's it. And maybe there is a karmic reason behind this. But still, you no need to love for that. If you love for that, you know what will happen? That become your path. You will become again and again and again and again like that. So can you be free? At least can you be free from that things and just be kind of like a human being? If you are able to tune to that, that wisdom itself will transform you. Look at the world, why people fight, why people kill each other, why people hate each other, why people angry each other most of time, why people afraid to go to places sometimes. What is the difference? Because we don't have any kind of different kind of the organs or any kind of different kind of the body shape separate from others. No, because what we love deeply, invisibly create a hate inside us and fear inside us regarding somebody else love. So then how about the both people come to a point to get out of what they love? So what you love as a religion and what I love as a religion, if we both for a moment get out of it, what is the connection bridge we going to build? Only the humanity, life. So when you deeply get into that, you are understanding. When you recognize you're going to recognize that. You start to tune to that vibration. That is the beauty. That is the transformation that you can gain. And that is the wisdom in the very first level, that ground level you can gain. That is the wisdom we need in the ground level. Look how difficult it is to get people out of that, what they hold it too deeply. And that itself, we don't see, that itself leads us to fight, kill each other, struggle, hate each other. So like that. So then this meditation, this practice, bring an opportunity for you to deeply connect it to yourself. That is very necessary. Why? Because as a result of this science, technology, machines, algorithm, all this consumer product, one of the disaster happening, we disconnecting from our true human nature. No one want to address to that. We like to see things from outside, and we spending so much time, energy to see things, recognize things, and try to understand how things happens. People spend so billion dollars to look for big bands and the universe. So like that. But still, we don't look into this very human nature. If we cannot understand that, if we don't have that wisdom, so whatever the knowledge we gain, it doesn't work. So then yourself, you always have to remember. So whatever you learn, it is okay. but your foundation should be understanding yourself. Never disconnect from that. Never give up that wisdom because of something or somebody. Always keep clarity in that and recognize every day yourself, because one day maybe we're going to lie down on a bed, no one around us, we cannot walk, we cannot eat, we cannot go to gym, we cannot walk out, we cannot go hike, we cannot watch TV, no one around us to talk. So like that, maybe there is a situation come. Just imagine, if you lie down on a bed, half kind of like a half dead, how you can deal with that? If you are so into these outside things, when you half dead, what will happen? That everything start to separate from you, go away from you. Then what will happen to you? How you going to deal with the life? I don't mean it definitely it's going to happen, but it's possible. So how are we going to deal with it? But if you have the very clear understanding regarding that what is happening in you, who you are, from where these things come, and this how this volcano happening and boiling inside, erupted inside, and then when you wherever that whatever the situation come, it gives the strength, it gives the ability, it gives the wisdom to handle and go through that. That is the greatest, the investment that you can have in your life. And that's why I call this practice as a profitable skill. It's never going to go away. Even these body parts can disappear and can sometimes shut down, paralyze, but still, when you gain that wisdom, until that the last breath, it will guide you, keep you, it's going to be there with you and take you out of all the miseries, the fear, anxiety, depression, sadness, worry. So from all disconnect, it will stay there with you. So that's why I have it with you. Gain it to yourself. Then you do whatever you do it. It's okay. But in the very first level, develop that understanding in you and brush up yourself, master it yourself, keep the connection to yourself day by day, keep that understanding. So then by the time you will see that this human life itself, how beautiful, and what is the meaning of happiness, and what is the meaning of living. Because that is where you can experience the real life. Because it is not depend on informations. You are really gain the wisdom inside you and you see the life. And that's why you can live the life. When you're able to live the life, that is where you can transform it. And that is where you can come to experience the bliss or the ultimate bliss of the Nibbana. So with that, so let's get into practice a little bit. Your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line. And bring attention to your body, please, and observe head to toes 3 times yourself. And say, Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge in this moment with this sitting. May my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. Do nothing extra. Just recognize. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. To your right side. Downward. And upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also, may all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless.